Hi, it is week number 2 of the journey to be, and this week the step number 2 is I believe there is a God and that I matter to Him, that He is the one who can fill the hole in my life, and that's what we were focusing on today. We're focusing on the fact that the believing in God thing is not that hard. So many people believe in God. In fact, a 2013 Harris poll declared that 75% of Americans believe in the existence of God. So believing in God's not the problem. Where we get tripped up in step number 2 is that we believe that we matter to God. That's a big difference. The big difference between believing in God and believing that you matter to God. And that was where we really focused a great deal of our attention today, is how do we understand that we matter to God? We took a look at Ephesians. In fact, for the next 7 weeks, we're going to be in the book of Ephesians throughout the rest of the steps of the journey to be. And so we were in chapter 1, verses 3 through 6, and we were looking at that this morning. That notion of how do we understand or know that we matter to God. And Ephesians 1, 3 through 6 just tells us that God had us on His mind before even the creation of the world. And so He's been thinking about us for a long time, adopting us into His family. And that is just a wonderful thing. And we talked about the fact that you might not believe that many people care about you, that you matter to many people, but you matter to God. And that's an important piece of it. We even had everybody to make a list of the people that they matter to. And we said that those are the people that you would have them come to your funeral. They would come to your funeral and they would really sincerely miss it. They wouldn't be coming just because it was a politically correct thing to do. They wouldn't be coming because they feel they have to. They'd be coming because they really do care for you. And so those are the people that you matter to. And we talked about the fact that wherever you go, there you are. And if your list was short for who you mattered to or you thought you mattered to, you had to take a good hard look at your life and the decisions that you're making and how you're living, because the only constant you have in life is that wherever you go, there you are. And so if you've had trouble with relationships in the past, if you feel dislocated from your family, if there are certain things that have prevented you from forming lasting relationships, then you need to take a look at yourself. Then maybe there's something that you need to deal with. Maybe there's some area in which you need to grow, or something you need to learn. And so we talked about that. That's where I said we're moving from preaching to meddling when we got into that part of the worship service. And I invited anybody that didn't want to stay around and hear it to go out to the fellowship hall and get a cup of coffee or maybe a donut or something like that. But no one took me up on the offer, so they all stayed. And so I said, well, that was my little disclaimer that I couldn't be held responsible now for you getting upset. We had a living, breathing example of this today. I'm sitting at the piano here in the sanctuary because of the fact that today Mickey was away. She's on vacation. She's in the mountains. I hope she's having a wonderful time if she's watching. Hey, Mickey, how you doing? And I was taking over the music and doing the praise singing and things, but there was one area of the music that I wasn't sure about, and that was the prelude. And I'm like, what am I going to do for a prelude? What am I going to do at the beginning of the worship service when people are coming in? And yesterday when we were having our breakfast for the community, it was raining outside, so we cooked outside and brought everybody inside to eat. And a young lady came over and started playing the piano, and her name is Jackie. And I met Jackie yesterday, and Jackie's 21 days clean today. And she's really working her steps and working to put her life back in line. And so I invited her to come and play the prelude. That's hard for me to say. Play the prelude before the service started. And she came and she did, and she did a wonderful job. And she didn't play any music or anything. She didn't have music. She just kind of closed her eyes and started playing. And that was wonderful. It was wonderful for her to take that risk, to take that step. But I think it was even more wonderful to watch as the people in the church received her. And the people in the church opened themselves up to her, made her feel comfortable here. She was nervous because did I have the right clothes to wear? She was nervous because she didn't really know what to do. And everybody here made her feel so comfortable, made her understand that God loves her, made her understand that she's valued and that she mattered. So she was like the living, breathing sermon example for this step number 2, that I believe in God, and I believe that I matter to God, and that God is the one that can fill the hole in my life. So it was a wonderful day. Hope you had a good day too. And next week, join us for the next edition of Hot Fudge Sunday as we talk about step number 3 on the journey to be. Alrighty. Have a good day.